Welcome back. Today we're going to be continuing Unit 2. Last time we talked about numerical exponents. Today we're going to be talking about negative exponents. So go ahead and grab your calculator and let's go ahead and get started right now. Welcome to negative exponents. We're going to start by taking a look at a comparison between positive exponents and negative exponents. Let's go ahead and do that right now. So let's take a comparison of positive and negative exponents. First thing we need to do is take a look at our rule. And our rule is whenever we're dealing with negative exponents, that involves taking the reciprocal. Now remember, the reciprocal is taking the inverse of a positive number, or in this case it's going to be a fraction. So let's take a look at 5 to the first power. So 5 to the first power is 5. Anything to the first power is itself. So now I want the reciprocal of that for 5 to the negative first. So 5 to the negative first is going to be 1 over 5. And I can simplify that as 1/5. Now I've got 5 to the second power. So 5 times 5 is going to give me 25. So again, I'm going to take the reciprocal of that. So again, 1 over 5 times 5. And 1 over 5 times 5 is going to be 1 to the 25th. Finally, I've got 5 to the third power. So again, 5 times 5 times 5 is going to give me 125. And 5 to the negative third power, again, I'm going to take the reciprocal. So I'm going to have 1 on the top times 5 times 5 times 5. And I'm going to simplify that as 5 times 5 times 5. It's going to give me 125. So notice when I have the positive exponents and the negative exponents, the only difference is the reciprocal. So I'm going to have 1 on the top and the number that I would have gotten with my positive exponent on the bottom. So let's take a look at a few other examples. So here we are at example A. In example A, I've got x to the negative 6. So again, I've got a negative exponent, so I want the reciprocal, but I've got 6 x's underneath. So I'm going to have that as 1 over x times x times x times x times x times x. Or I'm going to simplify that as 1 over x to the 6th. So notice I've taken the reciprocal, I've got 1 on the top, and I've got my x to the positive 6 on the bottom. When I make my reciprocal, I'm going to make sure that on the bottom, my exponent is going to be positive. Now I've got 3 to the negative third, so again, that's going to be 1 times 3 times 3 times 3. And again, I'm going to multiply those all together. 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27, so I'm going to reduce that to 1/27. Now I've got 9 to the negative second, so that's going to be, again, take my reciprocal, and I'm going to have 1 over 9 times 9, and 9 times 9 is 81, so I'm going to simplify this as 1 over the 81st. So that's 3 examples. I now want you to try some on your own. So here we are at some practice problems. You've got 3 practice problems there for you to try on your own. So I want you to go ahead and pause the video, do them on your own, and then press play again to see if you are right. How did you do? Were you able to get the same answers that I got? Notice that, again, we're dealing with all reciprocals. So all of our answers are going to be fractions. We're going to have positive numbers on the bottom, even though we have negative exponents. The negative exponent does not mean something is negative. The negative exponent means that we need to take the reciprocal. That brings us to the end of this video. If you like this video, go ahead and throw us a thumbs up. If you love this video, go ahead and throw us a sub, and we will catch you in the next one.